What's up guys? Today we are playing Epic 7 and we're logging in for the very first time on a Monday. Now Mondays are very important because we get to start our week off fresh, we get to do our dailies, but we get to do things that we don't do otherwise through the week. So I'm just now logging in. Let's go in and see how we can conquer all of our different things. The first thing is keep your dispatch missions going. I do the conquest points and I also do the ancient coins. These are limited currencies, they're much more valuable than gold, so make sure that you go and do those. Next thing is we want to get our pets, and this guy is going to be on a 22-hour timer, so make sure that you collect the reward because it's going to be pretty good. Go to your Garo, make sure that you don't have any kind of medals there or covenant bookmarks, and then we're going to go into our sanctuary. Make sure you collect the Heart of Orbis. We don't get the 50% boost there, but that's okay. We're 333, and a lot of times it does give you that 200% reward, which is triple, and it's basically very nice. Then we're going to go in. On Mondays, you can collect your Molagora farm. This animation is like 4 years old. It's hilarious. We're going to collect this, and we're also going to collect this. At nighttime, you can collect the penguin nest again because it's only on a 11-hour cooldown, but you can only collect the spirit well once a day. If you really wanted to, you can come in and actually farm them with your stigma. There isn't a ton to do with stigma, so this is a really good way to do it. Come in. If you need gold, get the penguins. If you need to evolve your heroes to promote, then make sure you do the spirit well. Then we're going to go into Arena. It says Bronze League, and that's because Arena just reset. Anytime you reset an Arena, you always pick the Sky Stones. This is much more valuable than picking 150 onto your Mystic Metals. And to prove it, right, if we go and we look at the Hoochie shop, every 50, I think, is like 200 Sky Stones. So that means you can get 200 for these Sky Stones and only 150 if you choose it here. Instant gratification, but you automatically lose most of your reward. Then what we're going to do is let's go ahead and we are going to farm out all of these. Now, I like to keep it going, so make sure you purchase your flags, but make sure you purchase them at a time where you're going to use them, because if you don't, then that means that you're going to mess up your timer, and because you only get one per hour, it's really important to keep this timer going. Now, what I like to do here is I like to put someone that is very good and who can clear all of the mobs right from the start. In this case, we have Arbiter Vildred, but also these two other heroes have gear. For everyone else, as long as you can clear this by yourself, it really doesn't matter who you put on here. What I want to do is I want to get Friendship 10 for anyone who's a 4 or 5 star starting value. This means that you get 3 free Molagora, and you want to make sure that you take advantage of that. So you can see we're almost there, almost to 10 onto Lionheart, and then we are building up these other two. Normally, I would run 3 heroes that need friendship with just my Arbiter Vildred, but it just so happens that I'm also using Lionheart and she needs friendship. And let's go ahead, let's finish them all out.
I will show you greater death.
Each one of these victories will give you 3 Sky Stones, which does not add up to a lot at first, but you're definitely going to see the benefit over time. You're going to get hundreds of Sky Stones every single month just from doing your NPC battles. Unless you're trying for Legend, make sure that you're doing all of this. And you also, of course, get Conquest Points, which we're going to go into the shop next, and we are going to buy some energy. So now that we're in the shop, let's go ahead and start our purchases. We're going to the Transmit Stone shop. Make sure you're buying Molagora. Make sure that you're buying the Giga Phantasm, and you can save the Ego Fragment. You can purchase this whenever you need it. Make sure you have a couple on hand, but at 2 a week, it should be just fine. Also purchase this conversion chest. This is end game gear where you get to select your set in the position that you want, and it's going to be epic, which is really great. You're going to get a lot of fantastic gear from this, so make sure you're buying it. Also, with the artifact charms, there are not a ton of places to buy this, so I recommend buying it as well. But your main purchase for artifact charms is going to be doing Hell Raid and also into your guild shop. Now onto the Powder of Knowledge shop. Make sure you get your bottle of knowledge, and then basically we're not going to buy anything else. This bottom section, if you need one copy of something, then go ahead and buy it. If you have a ton of dust, feel free to buy multiple copies of different things you have or different things that you need. That way you can max them out to plus 30. But for free players, you're not getting a ton of dust. So save this for artifacts that you need, especially ones that are going to be limited, such as a Stand of Light and Dark, which I did buy. Onto your friendship, make sure every single day that you buy the energy. Free energy. This is going to be 2 hunt runs every single day for free, which is a ton of gold, but also a chance to get gear. We also want to stock up onto our friendship bookmarks. Save one just so you can keep buying energy, but all the rest of them you can turn into friendship bookmarks. And that's all that you're going to buy here. If you see that you have more than 3 of these Labyrinth Compass, go ahead and buy the Malicious Bug Charm if you're at the end game. If you're not at the end game, then go ahead and use your compass, go through all the dungeons, get the rewards, and work your way into Hell Raid. You can also get one of these compasses in your guild shop, which is basically for free. Do not buy them here, and do not buy anything else. Now, for the conquest, every single week you can buy a Molagora. Make sure that you buy it. Even if you have 500 Molagoras, buy it anyway. There's going to be a hero that comes out that you want, that you're going to want a plus 15, and you don't want to stop and think, do I have the Molagoras, and then play catch up. Just buy them ahead of time. That's why we go through our sanctuary and we're doing our missions to get conquest points. It's very important that we always have enough to buy the energy and also the Molagora. And the rest of this is, well, we're done here. That's whatever. Next, we're going to go into our guild. Very nice. Get the daily reward. Pick an aid. Now, if you're in a guild, what you want to do is you want to pick one of the hunt materials that has a request amount of 8. It doesn't matter which one it is, but make sure that you're all giving the same one to each other. If you go ahead and request that, everyone requests that, you are going to get 30 every single time, and you can do it 6 times a day, which is awesome. Because these Brave Crests are free, I give it to you, you give it back, and we always have Brave Crests. That's why I have 46,000. Oh my gosh, that's a ton. But we're going to go in, we're also going to donate because we can use this gold to buy more energy. And we're going to do Proof of Courage because these armbands are very important, and I'm going to show you what to buy in those next. For your weekly mission, if you have not collected your weekly missions from people doing them, you'll automatically get them and you won't lose it. But make sure you're going through, make sure you're doing all the weekly missions because everyone in your guild is going to get great stuff. If you are a captain and you go into the captain shop, make sure that you buy the Blessing of Wealth. This makes sure that everyone, no matter what they're doing in the game, has a lot of gold. We're also going to go down here and buy our energy. And you know what? It's not great, but 30 energy for 1,000,000. When we get down to 10 million, I'll stop buying this, and it gets up to 20 million, and then I'll start buying it again. The guild supply chest is pretty good. It goes to everyone in your guild, and you have a chance to get Sky Stones, Brave Crest, or Mystic Metals. The least valuable here is obviously going to be Brave Crest, because we can get those in a ton of other ways that are basically for free. But let's go in, we're going to go down, and we're going to buy it. 100 Sky Stones. Everyone in the guild gets it. Make sure that you're donating these Proof of Courage. That way you're always able to buy this every single week. We're also going to go into a world boss. If people are using your heroes to have supporters, then you're going to get commander armbands, 45. Total uses, 9 is the maximum. I don't know if you drop off after that, but I do know you will no longer get rewards after 9. Go in and make sure that your support is up to date. Try and get definitely over 500,000. Try and get over 600,000 if you can. That way that you'll help your friends in your guild to get their rewards. Anything after SSS is going to be all the same. Doesn't matter if you get 6 million, 7 million, 8 million. Everything after SSS plus is always going to be the same. Your friends can help you get to this mark, but they're not going to help you in your personal or your guild ranking. This guy has 12 million. That's a lot. Let's go ahead. We're going to go in and do it. And here's what we want. Pick somebody that has 4 elements here. If you can hit it on your own, it does not matter what their CP is, but if you're unable to hit it, try and pick somebody with high CP. Because you have these team missions, also try and get heroes that are likened to that mission. That way you lose less of your heroes and they can help you meet those requirements. We have 16 enhanced elements out of 16. Let's see how much we can do. Now with the guild boss, this is a timed event. You cannot beat him. This HP is a timer. It does not matter. It's like they wanted to do something with it, but then gave up and started developing other parts of the game, so you can just skip. This is basically going to be a gear check. It doesn't even need heroes that are great in the game. You can literally take a Soul Weaver, put them together with a bunch of attack gear, throw them in there, and as long as they have high CP, they're going to do a lot. Now, really awesome. We did get a connection, so I'm waiting. I'm saving them up. We're gonna get connection heroes, and that's gonna be pretty cool. These guys in the blue, these are your helper heroes, and then all the ones in the white are your heroes. Now, the way that this looks is this acquired by supporters, 602,000, only counts to your total score, does not count toward your bonus. I'm also going to show you how your points acquired plus your bonus add up to your ranking. So we see here we have a ranking of 6 million and we only scored 2 million, right? So I'm going to flash it up on the screen, but let's go ahead and get another one out of the way. Who can we find here? Doesn't matter. Let's just use this guy. We almost got enough. 16. If you can get a lot of your heroes geared up, even if you don't use them, you know, the game gives you a lot of free gear. A lot of gear that you rolled when you were a noob. Take that, put it onto your heroes, and try and get 16 onto your guild boss. That way you can get a high score. I mean, it's sort of bragging rights a little bit, but make sure that you can get SSS every time. In this case, we don't get amazing things. A lot of times you'll get the pet adoption tickets. A lot of times you'll get dust. I've also gotten plenty of really great rewards. If we go in and look at our rewards, it's going to be the same no matter what you have. The difference is that you get more chests as you go up, and also you can see that if you get higher than 4 million points into the S rank, that it becomes 70 to 85, and this is just 85. So the rewards do get a little better. Everything after SS is pretty much the same no matter how high you go. Now I'm ranked 286, which is pretty good. I could have done a lot better if I had gotten more heroes with high CP that are in the damaging stats, but that's the way it goes. I don't really focus on it. This is just something to get rewards every single day. Now let's go ahead. We're going to go into the pet shop and we're going to do an adoption. Why not? And then what we want to do as well is you want to make sure that if you are not at your highest friendship, that you click the play button and then you're able to go up. Now, as you can see, this is going to take me, what is that? 1140. it took me up 20 points, which is it's okay, right? If we come in here, we're now able to buy one of these toys, which will give us much more onto our friendship. So let's see what that looks like. Big jump right there. Took us over at 100, at 100. So that's really nice. And there we go. The pets did change recently. I do like a lot of the changes, especially this change appearance, which is awesome because it allows me not only to see what the pet is going to look like, but it allows me to change into different types of things. And of course, you lose, it gets destroyed, but pretty cool. Before you had to level up a brand new level 5 pet, which was the suck. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to go into
Welcome
our
to the
summon.
Infinite Library.
We get a free summon, and we get a spark, which is super awesome. I hope that it is something good. I really need artifacts, but I could do with the imprint. Why not? We get lots. He's not used for much anymore. I still use him into the Green Expedition just because he has gear, but really he gets replaced by Destina. Lots is too slow. Too slow base speed, can't really use him. Double Lots no longer works. We're going to go into Friendship, and I'm going to go ahead and just take a Friendship Summon. Now I'm doing this for a very specific reason. The first reason is that I want to be able to level up something here with my charms, and I'll just pick this just randomly here because this is going to give me a weekly mission. There it is, weekly mission. Next, we are going to go into our hero, and we're just going to bulk here. We're on a bulk phase, not a cut phase, it's a bulk phase. Then we are going to go ahead and level up 2 of our dogs. Of course, I do like the good and the great success, and we get 1 of each, which is awesome. And you see we get refund penguins for that extra amount that we went above and beyond. Even if you go above and beyond with your normal type of penguins, you don't get a refund, but you do if you get a good and a great success chance, which is very nice. It's very nice. I like it. Come into Abyss, and we are going to click on the Purify. If you're not doing Abyss, you need to Purify because every single day you're going to get gold and you're going to get Stigma, which is going to help you in the game. Next, you know what we'll do? We're going to go ahead and we're going to go to Area 1 of the Labyrinth, so we're in the Hall of Silence. Doesn't matter what your team is here because we're not going to fight anyway. What we're going to do is we are going to teleport to this top corner, and then we are going to walk. I don't even know which direction this is. Some direction that's a southward type motion. And here we're going to find Hoochie. Now, Hoochie is pretty good because he carries all sorts of stuff. As we can see here, that we have a catalyst, which is very nice. We're also going to get charms, and that is it. Now, I don't buy anything except for the charms and the catalyst. Occasionally that you'll see Covenant bookmarks. You'll also see Mystic Metals. Feel free to buy those as well. I'm not going to buy the ring charm, and that's because you get your ring charms through the Labyrinth shop. So if we go back to our Labyrinth shop, one of the reasons why we are doing the daily mission every single day is to make sure that we have enough charms here to buy out a bunch. I've got 52,000, and so we are just going to make sure that we always have enough charms, so I never need to buy them because I'm constantly getting it here. I'm also getting it in my labyrinth. Next up, we are going to go ahead and do a hunt. Now, I'm just picking a random hunt just to do it. Whatever hunt that you're farming is going to be good. It doesn't have to be fast unless you really want to save time. For me, I'm doing Banshee because I'm trying to really develop some counter gear that I haven't had in the past. I spent way too much time in Labyrinth, then I went into Katie's, and I really neglected a lot of Banshee. So today, I'm just going to farm that And hopefully I win. That would be embarrassing,
All is
but
done.
hopefully we're gonna win. This is a very easy team to beat. I have it on my playlist for Hunt in case you want to see it. And we go from basically beating Banshee to beating Banshee seriously hardcore, just like this. This team doesn't need any bleeds, by the way. Yeah, this team is good enough to where it doesn't need any bleeds, as long as you can get all the hits in. We don't get anything there, but you see we do get 36,000, which is good, and some stigma. Now let's go ahead and move on to expeditions.
An unknown
And we're going to
power has
collect our
brought unrest to
expeditions
the
on that
sanctuary.
Monday. And that's because that is going to be for your weekly quest. Make sure that you're doing the expeditions. You get a ton of amazing rewards, and it doesn't really take a lot of time. Once you develop into doing the level 3, you don't even have to hit them. All you have to do is start it, then you can quit, and then you can go ahead and request the open recruitment, and you're going to kill everything. Those guys will kill everything. It's really amazing. But one of the benefits is that you make sure that you get reforged materials in both what you want, but also into your conversion, and you get random modification gems, which will really help you because if you have gear that rolled really well into some things, but doesn't quite have all the stats that you want, then you can modify one and it turns out to be really nice. Now, where were we? That is it for our daily, so we can go ahead and collect it. For our weekly, you can clear this as you go along, doing your arena, crafting equipment, using the alchemist steeple, and I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do next. So let's stick with the theme. We are going to go back to guild. We're going to look at the weekly mission, and we see that we need a chest plate and we need 20. So let's go ahead and we're going to craft these chest plates. I'm going to go with the wyvern chest. I do need some wyvern chest plates, not enough speed. So what do we have here? We have speed with crit, which is good on a crit set, but it doesn't have anything else that we really want. I don't roll anything with flat gear. This one here has speed with crit damage. I don't like to take crit damage without crit set unless you're rolling for a very specific hero, which in this case, there's not really a hero that I need who needs crit, defense, and effect resist. Something like a Karina would not need to have crit damage, and she would not need crit set, so it's really not something I'm interested in. I am going to lock this one because it has 4 speed, and we're going to check that speed. Everything else we are going to get rid of, and let's go ahead and craft one more time. Now onto these sets, we see flat, flat. This is a combination I do not like because I don't like to take effectiveness and effect resist on the same piece. It really hampers a lot of your gear. Okay, and I'm not going to try anything else. So now that we've done our 20 pieces and we were able to finish that weekly quest, let's go in and do the charms. I like to do the equipment charm, but I'm also going to do the accessory charm to give you an idea of what to look at. It does not matter how you meet the maximum requirement. You can add anything in, even these little green pieces, and it'll be totally fine. Didn't get too much, but that's okay. Let's go ahead. We are going to try it again. I locked everything that I wanted, so we'll just go ahead and do this. Let's keep that one and get rid of this one. Oh my gosh, nothing today. And I'm also going to do the equipment charm with your equipment core. I don't do the accessory charm because I get so much of this as I go through the game, but you can add up any amount as long as it equals out the total. And so let's go ahead. I know that I'm never going to use something like this. Never, never. Never. There we go. Now with this, you're always going to get greater charms, and that's it. It would be nice if they did it a little bit better, but you're only going to get greater charms there, so don't break your back trying to get anything super amazing. All we're looking for is to get some charms. I've had a real problem with charms recently, and so I want to make sure that I get equipment charms here. So now that you've come this far, what you need to do is go in, go do your guild battle. Also, if you're able to, come in and start doing your side story missions. If you're past side story missions or don't want to do any of that, then the other option is to do hunts. This is what I do every single day. Make sure that you're coming in and make sure that you're buying all these things. If we go to our member shop here, I forgot the member shop. I don't know how I forgot that. Terra Phantasm, let's go ahead and we are going to buy that. Molagora has Brave Crest, buy that out as well. If we scroll down here, everything with Brave Crest, let's just go ahead and get it. You can always use more catalysts. We always need gem conversion, and that's an attack percent. You can also get the Labyrinth Compass. This is really going to help you progress the Labyrinth, but also will help to make sure that you have your little things to get into Hell Raid, which is going to be very amazing. Do your Hell Raid. You get an epic artifact charm every time you beat the boss, and you'll get very good level 88 gear, but especially you're going to get items that you're able to use in the shop and buy the level 88 gear there, which starts with super, super high gear score. So come in and you know what, buy that. On your artifact charms, buy artifact charms. You can never have enough. Even with years into the game, you're still going to need them. Now, I get about 2,000 of these commander armbands a week. I don't even know how. They just sort of pop up. So I always buy the equipment conversion chest with the armbands. Critical hit. I mean, it's okay, right? It's okay. The connection I don't recommend unless you're really going for imprint on a specific type of hero. But you don't know what you're going to get. Could be a 4-star, could be a 5-star. I don't really consider these. Instead, what I would do is I would buy the epic catalysts, buy the rare catalyst, no luck there. And then sometimes I buy the gold transmit stones when I'm really trying to get a lot of Moonlight heroes, but I think it's really, really steep. You need 1,500 for one summon on the Moonlight, which could be amazing, but let's be honest. You're probably gonna get Elson anyway. So is this? It's gonna be something you have to decide. I typically do not buy the transmit stones, but you can for sure if you have a bunch. Come in also and make sure that you're buying all the artifacts. As you see, I don't have Guide to a Decision. I think this artifact isn't useful for very much. Maybe an RTA, in certain instances, it might be pretty good. I also don't use Bastion of Hope because in people that you need a ton of effect resist on, I typically go for different artifacts that either provide utility to the whole team, give them more damage, or more healing, depending on what type of hero it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this helps you develop your daily routine and to get the most out of Epic 7 by seeing what I do and adapting to your own playstyle. Give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck on your battles.